Welcome to the Wired for Success podcast, your show for ambitious, mission-driven entrepreneurs who want to build million-dollar businesses without sacrificing their health, relationships, or happiness, who understand that in order to build their empire, they need a solid foundation, and that the more they are thriving, the more their business is thriving too. This show brings you the very best from science, self-development, and entrepreneurship to set you up for sustainable success. Hi, I'm Claudia Garbutt, the scientist turned mindset and high performance coach for entrepreneurs, and I help you get wired for success. Hey everyone, and welcome back to a brand new episode of the Wired for Success podcast, where we talk about all things science, self-development, and entrepreneurship that help you get to that next level of success in your life and business. And today, I'm bringing you a brand new interview episode. My guest today is entrepreneur and business development expert, Michael Schill. Michael is a 21st century entrepreneur who has managed to marry skill sets in business, music, fashion, and professional sports into a one-stop tour de force brand name. Under the tutelage of Grant Cardone, Michael has earned an Ivy League level of schooling in the public relations game from a ground zero perspective. And working hand in hand with C-level executives and stakeholders, Michael has a proven track record of implementing and executing big business initiatives that have been able to drive consistent growth in revenue over a large sample size. Michael is also the executive producer and stakeholder of the Crib radio show on Dash Radio, an internet radio platform that reaches over 10 million people each month. So welcome, Michael, and thank you so much for taking the time to be on my show today.
Absolutely, and thank you. Excited, man. Excited to finally get in front of you. Excited for the episode. And man, this is going to be great. This is going to be great. Thanks so much.
Oh, you're welcome. I'm looking forward to our conversation too. So it sounds like you're doing a million different things. Can you tell us a little bit more about your entrepreneurial journey and how you ended up doing what you're doing today?
Yeah, totally. So it does sound like I'm doing a number of things, and I am, but everything is funneled into one business. I'm currently the CEO of a Full Circle agency. It's a marketing and advertising agency, three-prong approach where we deal with social media management, lead conversion and retention as it relates to websites, and then the actual marketing and advertising. This is both for individual personalized brands as well as entity brands. Now, there's a fourth prong in that being the sports and entertainment division. What we're doing is we're pushing financial literacy, wherewithal, and understanding to professional athletes and A-list celebrities as they realize that there's more to life than sport, or there's more to life than performance. So we've got a strong push, especially in that division. We're growing that division out. Going to be creating funds, real estate, tech, and so on and so forth. Everything's underway. We're getting a ton of traction. And what we're excited for, really, really excited for 2022.
Wow, that sounds super exciting. Now, all the business gurus always say, niche down, don't do too many things or else nobody will know what you actually stand for. But you seem to be very successful at just blending lots of those different themes and topics. So how's that working for you? Do you sometimes feel like you have to maybe give up some things eventually because you don't have the bandwidth to pursue all of your interests?
Great question. And you're right. And I'm in total agreement with the gurus who say you don't want to be too diversified, right? Because your attention span becomes limited, and you being the ability to be able to go all in tends to get diverted. Now, with that being said, with this agency, I realized that marketing and advertising is something that I absolutely love. The only reason why it's three-pronged is because, like Publix, right? I'm gonna drop some information. Very close friends with the founders of Publix. Met their grandchild at Florida State University. And they told me something at the dinner table one time I will never forget. This is in Tampa, Florida. And they said, Mike, you want to know why Publix is a multi-billion-dollar organization? I said, why, man? They said, because any given time, we have 36,000 items for sale. And I said, what do you mean by that? And they said, well, a second grader can walk into Publix and buy a piece of gum. and or an 80-year-old grandmother can walk into Publix and buy 85 turkeys for a massive Thanksgiving dinner. It's about mind and market share. So what I did is I took that concept and deployed that on into the Full Saker agency. Even though we're providing a multitude of different services, if you will, everything is funneled into one thing, which is brand awareness development and marketing and advertising. I didn't think it was going to be ethical only taking a look at businesses or only taking a look at personal brands, because you are your own brand. You yourself as an individual are your own brand. That's the first level. The second level is when you create a brand, such as a business, and now you need to grow that as well. So I'm on board with exactly what it is you said. And that's why I'm only geared to the marketing and advertising initiative. Now, my background is sports. It will never leave me. It has always been in me. And that is just what it is. So my passion is pouring back into the sports and entertainment industry because I've been involved in it either as a player or as an executive director for an extended period of time, which is why I have that vertical or department also within the organization.
Gotcha. I mean, I totally get it how you can have different topics that you're excited about. For me, for instance, it's the mindset coaching and the high performance coaching as well as podcasting. So it's something I fell in love with along the way, and it just aligns really well with my core values like connection. For me, it's all about connection. And mindset work is more about connecting with your inner self, while podcasting is connecting with other people, with the world. So there, it's really nicely aligned, even though it might be different services that don't look like they are very connected on the surface. But I totally understand that. Yeah.
And the cool thing about podcasting, right, is I absolutely love the podcasting approach as well. It allows for you to understand yourself, because if you don't understand yourself, if you can't effectively communicate, if you can't ask stimulating questions, if you can't get into conversation with somebody, well, then it's physically impossible to understand and connect with somebody else. So I'm absolutely on board with that.
Yeah, that's exactly the way I see it too. Now, if you had to focus all your creativity and all your energy on just one of the things that you're doing right now, what would it be and why would you choose this thing over all the other things?
Great question. It would be the push that we have into the athletic and entertainment space. Why? Well, because of my background. Had the opportunity to play Division I football at Florida State University, amongst, arguably one of the best teams to ever play the game. Was coached by Bobby Bowden and Jimbo Fisher. So that was an incredible opportunity. And, you take that opportunity and then fast forward 5-6 years, worked with Dash Radio and what we're doing is we're interviewing A-list and B-list celebrities. It's hip hop focused, very centralized in that specific sector of the music space. And that those are the two reasons as to why that is number one. Because I was there, because I dealt with it, because I experienced it and understand what you don't have when you're playing. And a lot of my guys are now, off at the professional level, and we have conversations, and those conversations always lead to, man, there's not enough information. There's not enough people around us who have our goals in their best interest. And so I'm going to change that. And I'm changing that today. And it's going to grow to something absolutely incredible. Just watch.
Oh, sounds amazing. Best of luck with that. Now, I'm super curious. As a high achiever, what do you do on a daily basis to help you stay healthy, happy, and productive? What does your typical day look like?
Great question. So the typical day looks as such. Listen, I'm waking up in the morning, obviously beat the sun up. It's anywhere from about 5 to 5:15 a.m. And immediately what I'm doing is I'm writing down my goals and my initiatives for that year, right? For 5 years and for 10 years down the road. But it's very important to realize that on top of those goals, I'm writing down targets, accomplishments that need to be done every single day, every single week, right? Every single month, so that I get to my year-end goal, my 5-year end goal, my 10-year end goal, right? Now, after the fact, we're hitting the gym. we're hitting cardio, and we are also we're actually weightlifting as well. And I'm not talking 30 minutes, right? I know individuals are very strong on, 20 to 30 minutes. Where I come from, that ain't even a workout. You didn't do anything, right? So we're in the gym for about an hour and 20 minutes, hour and 30 minutes. That's how I'm programmed. Right after the fact, what we're doing is we're getting some good substance into the system, right? And then what I'm doing is I'm doing personal growth and development. I'm either training on platforms that improve scale, or rather sales, negotiations, closing, real estate management, financial modeling and reporting, business structure, whatever it is. And I make sure I'm dialed into that at least for 30 minutes each and every single morning. I'm doing all that right before about 8:15. That's right. Awesome. Once 8:15 hits, then we're rocking and rolling and we get on into the day. So I'm a major believer on how you start is how you finish, how you finish is how you start. And in this balance of health and work and so on and so forth. Listen, newsflash, there is no balance. It's just part of your life. It's either you do it or you don't. You make time for it every single day or you don't. If it's good enough to do once, then it's good enough to do every single day. And if you're doing it every single day, then there is no balance. It's just your identity. So step up and just get the job done. That's it.
I couldn't agree more. I think it's so super important to have those daily routines and daily habits that keep you healthy. And I love that you incorporate mindset as well, mindset and learning, because I think that is something that compounds so quickly. So if you spend just 30 minutes every day to learn something new or to just work on your mindset, that's going to give you a huge return on investment later on. So can you maybe share a mindset shift or a new habit that has really changed your quality of life for the better within the last maybe 1 to 2 years? Is there anything that's coming to mind?
Yeah, so listen, I will say that where I am today from a business standpoint has to do with my past experience the last 5 years working alongside a gentleman by the name of Grant Cardone. And what he instilled in us is something that will never be taken away from us. Knowledge. It's the number one degree of separation with all of us. There's something I know that you don't know, right? There's something you know, like German, that I don't know. And there's something that Warren Buffett knows about money, which is the reason why Warren Buffett is Warren Buffett, right? Mm-hmm. His major push at Grant Cardone's was knowledge and training. And so for the past 5 years, we trained every single day of the week and weekend. It was a requirement. We were getting tested, right? We were doing role plays. We were doing script building. We were really understanding what it is we had to do, which allowed for us to be able to predict when we were in conversation and we were in negotiation, or to be able to predict the ultimate circumstance and how to navigate within it. And, I had that enforced while playing football, but sports is sports. Mm-hmm. I realized after working alongside him that, man, life is a game as well. And if you're going to train in sports every single day, why the hell wouldn't you train in life? Because it's a bigger game. So that's the biggest mindset shift, I would say, is just that consistent training. And then on top of that, it's collaboration and networks. Mm. You have to be meeting people every single day. You have to. You cannot live under a rock, right? Unless you are a star, right? You're an actor, you're an entertainer, sports figure, you're a politician, and you have a stage, an immediate stage. You need to build your own stage, which means you need to connect with people, which means you need to build your own brand. That has to be literally number one, because if no one knows who you are, then how the hell can you affect a life? How can they do business with you? It's physically impossible. So those two things are, I guess, the biggest mind shifts that I've had over the past couple of years, and those aren't ever going away. I'll tell you that much.
And it's so important because a lot of people out there don't realize that mindset is something that you have to train as well. It's just like a muscle, like you would go to the gym and do a workout. You have to do those mental workouts too. And for networking, or as far as networking goes, I think that's so important what you said there, especially with all the social media platforms that you don't really control. You can't do anything. The algorithms just keep changing. So building your own platform is so important. Now,
Very big.
what advice would you give to an ambitious and mission-driven entrepreneur who is struggling to build the business of their dreams right now?
Well, first things first, you got to realize that struggle is a part of the game. And
So
the fact that you're struggling is the right thing. It's not the wrong thing. I mean, listen, Jeff Bezos also struggled. Beyonce also struggled. Jay-Z also struggled. The massive corporation KKR, for those who know about merger and acquisition and roll-ups and so on and so forth, they struggled. Elvis Presley struggled. You know, the
it's
Bee
part
Gees
of the
struggled.
game.
It's literally a part of the game. So you got to realize that's a normal thing. Now, it's not about the struggle; it's how you react with the struggle. You can either let that affect your day to day, and then that affects your month, and that affects your year, and then you look back 5 years and realize that thing that you wanted to do, you didn't do, right?
Yeah.
Or you can take a struggle as an opportunity to get better. A struggle as an opportunity to take a look at that as competition, man. It's a game. It's a game. So listen, expect it, embrace it, but also realize why you're having that struggle. And listen, the definition of insanity is you expect different results doing the exact same thing. So if something's not working and it's not working for an extended period of time, figure out how you can change in a good way, not a bad way, but don't change too quick, because it takes repetition in order to beat down anything. That's in the weight room, that's in a relationship, that's in business, that's in anything. It's repetition, it's repetition, it's repetition, it's repetition.
So stay consistent, stay persistent, pay attention,
Mm-hmm.
and see struggle as part of the game. Love
It
that.
is part of the game.
It is part
And
of the
everybody
game.
has it. Everybody has it at every
They
stage, every
they
stage.
do,
So
even if we don't see it because it's hidden underneath all the shiny things. Now,
exactly.
let's pretend I'm one of those friendly fairies who have the power to grant you a wish. If you could instantly eliminate one struggle from any area of your life right now, what struggle would I help you eliminate?
Whew, that's a good question. And I would say the number one struggle that if I had a wish, I would want eliminated is the ability to become known. That's it.
Mm,
Like literally, that there is to me there is nothing more important, because as I become more and more doors become open, and you can do more and more things. So listen, everybody puts to the ground fame. They think that that's a bad thing, and I think that that's a good thing. It's a bad thing if you use it in the wrong way. But listen, if I could walk into a room, walk into a city, walk into a state, walk into a country, and I had two ways to walk in, to be known or not be known. Every single time I'm choosing to be known. Every single time.
right. Now that we know a little bit about you, let's talk about how you help your clients. So, whom do you help and what exactly do you help them with?
Yeah. So as far as the clients are concerned, it's funny that you asked the question. As far as the clients are concerned, just getting known. That's it. Getting known on a personal level, or on an actual business entity level. Um, Getting known equals revenue.
Hmm.
You
So
know,
it's
and
authority
so
building.
it's authority building, as well as being authentic,
Hmm.
as well as putting a stake in the ground and saying this is the person to go to, right? And then helping them get in front of people every single day. There's a reason why everybody knows the brand name McDonald's.
Hmm.
There's a reason why everybody knows those golden arches. You want to know why? Because it's in front of you all the time. That's why everybody knows it. So
Yeah.
if you have the ability to be in front of somebody every single time, even a glimpse, that is power. That is incredible. So that's what we help individuals do: to stay in front of people, to be consistent while doing so, to pour value into individuals while you're in front of people, and ultimately cultivating a community.
Right. So it's about visibility, authority, and a community. Does that sum it up?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. That's perfect. That's perfect. I may use that. Okay, just don't be
Yay!
mad if I use that.
It doesn't cost much. So, can you walk us through your process? If I was to sign up as a new client, what could I expect from working with you?
Yeah, well, first things first, the only reason why anybody does anything, and what I mean by anything, I mean by buying anything is to solve a problem. See, that's the thing. That's the thing that I feel from an entrepreneur standpoint, you got to realize the only reason why anybody buys anything is to solve a problem.
Mhm.
So you ask that question, and I come at you with this. It would depend on what problem it is that you have. I cannot provide value unless I ask proper fact finding questions, understand your wants and needs, and then tailor the multitude of services that we provide to your specific need. If
Yeah.
I'm just in the deal to be transactional, I'm not going to get far as an entrepreneur. Now, if I'm in the deal to be transformational, meaning transform you into the person and or brand and or entity that you want to become, well, then the transaction part is a byproduct and it's guaranteed. So what I would do for you is based off what it is you would need. First things first. Hey, listen, why is this on the radar for you? Have you ever done something like this in the past? If you did do something like this in the past, why didn't it work? If you haven't done something like this in the past, but it's been on your mind, why today are you finally reaching out? What's that number one thing you're looking to change? What's that needle mover for you? Right? Like I got to ask those questions
Yeah.
first. Otherwise, I'm just shooting in the barrel, wishing and hoping that what I have is something that's going to solve a problem. And when it doesn't, well, then you don't have a reoccurring client. So that's what I
Absolutely.
would say to what it is I did, what it is, what I would do for you. That's what I would say.
Absolutely. You have to qualify your clients first, right? You can't just sell stuff. And I love how you said that because that's something that's very important to me too, because I don't want to provide some a cookie cutter solution. I want to tailor my approach and the techniques and all the things that I use exactly to what the client needs. So it might be more expensive, but it's tailored to exactly what the client needs. So totally get it.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. And
And
listen, what's free will cost you makes you money. That's what we were told at Grant Cardone. So price is a myth. That's what he told us. And listen, even if it's more expensive, it's okay because either you're chasing the price or you're chasing the results from the service that's being provided. You just got to get those individuals to think about the bigger purpose of the why, and then price is easy to handle.
that's true. I mean, at least if you talk to the right people who are also able to pay you, because some people want the results,
Yes.
but they're still not able to pay you, and that is not a good situation to
And
be.
I'll say this. I'll say this. Financial wherewithal is one of the seven requirements in closing a deal. So when you spend time with somebody, make sure that they have the financial wherewithal for your products and their services. A simple question. Hey, so absolutely love that you hit our site, or absolutely love that you express interest in what it is that we have. Right now, we have prices anywhere. And throwing this out there. We have prices anywhere from $1,000 to $3,000. Right. At this point, it would be unethical for me to place you on something. But knowing that price range,
Hmm.
do you have the financial wherewithal? Being if you see the value to potentially move forward with us, or is this something that doesn't make sense for you at this time? Simply asking that question right up front. Don't wait in the presentation. Don't wait 8 weeks down the road when you've been working with this individual, because your time is money. You got to know who you're dealing with, and you always ask financial wherewithal questions immediately, because otherwise, hey, I don't know if you can help them. I don't know if
Yeah,
you can help them. So
that's a great tip. Thank you so much for sharing. And last but not least, where can our listeners find you online if they want to connect or work with you?
yeah, absolutely. So on Instagram and Twitter, the same handle. It's at Mike Mike. S is in Sam, C is in cat, H as in hat, ILL as in Larry underscore, Mike Schill underscore, right? On TikTok, right? We're blowing up TikTok too. The Mike Schill, right? On LinkedIn, Michael Schill on Facebook, Mike Schill as well. And then obviously our website is Full Circle, FULL, Circle, CIRCLE.io.
Perfect. Thank you so much, Michael, again for sharing your story and for sharing all those tips and insights with us today. I really appreciate it.
Miss Claudia, I appreciate you. You're a rock star. Keep doing what you're doing.
Oh, thank you so much. Take care.
Yes, ma'am.
Talk to you
Yes,
soon.
ma'am.
Bye.
Yes, ma'am. Bye.
Thank you so much for listening to the Wired for Success podcast. I hope you've enjoyed this episode. If you did, please take a sec to rate and review my show or share it with a friend. That way you can support the show and help me reach and support other entrepreneurs like yourself as well. If you would like my help to figure out how you can go from overwhelmed and overworked hustler to empowered and confident leader, check out my website at www.wiredforsuccess.solutions and book a free 20-minute strategy session with me. Can't wait to help you get wired for success. Until next time, take care. Bye.